You can do the introductions today, Brandon. I did
All right.
last week.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Monday morning pub casting. We got a 4.9K pub stack, playing some captain's mode. So we got a real draft for you, which I'm excited about. As always, my partner is YJ. YJ, how you doing, my friend?
Doing pretty fine. Getting some beer. It is 12 midnight right now. I am ready for some hardcore Dota.
Hell yeah, man. You got beer, I got tea. It's midnight over there. It is noon right here, and I just woke up.
Nice.
You're about to go to bed, but this is how we do it. This is how we Dota. So coming out right off the bat, we got the Radiant team banning out the OD and the Invoker. We also see the Earth Spirit ban from the Dire. Some pretty heavy meta bans. Oh boy, YJ, you're going to have to do something about that fan, man.
Is it really, really bad?
It just got bad for a second there, but then it toned down again.
Oh gosh. Alright, I'll try and do something. Give me a bit.
Sure. In the meantime, we got ourselves a draft. The Sven ban from the Dire is interesting in my opinion. I'm not sure if maybe that's just a hero they don't like playing against, or maybe there's some specific lineup they're going for, something where the cleave is really going to screw them over, or having that stun is going to be inconvenient. You know what I'm going to do?
What are you going to do?
I'm going to mute you until you get that fan. Send me a message on Steam once you have...
I can't fix
you
the
can't
fan
do it?
at all.
Oh, bummer.
Yeah, it's just old. But alright, I'll just sit further away from my screen. So how loud is it right now?
That's much better. And I think if you're using push to talk, it'll be fine because it's really only like in between. Like right now, it's getting louder. So if you start using push to talk, I think we'll be good.
Right now it's getting louder. All right.
No,
Today,
not yet. It's just it was in between when you were talking that it was getting a little louder. But for those of you watching, he is getting a new laptop, so that's great news. We shouldn't have to deal with these issues for much longer. We're seeing an Earthshaker pickup for the Radiant, and then a pretty quick Witch Doctor and Undying pickup for the Dire. An interesting combo. They have both teams looking to probably take their supports. We have seen a little bit of that offlane Crit Shaker being picked up and being played a bit. So maybe we'll see which position he's going to go to.
Yeah, so Brandon, before we go into this, is the fan okay now?
It's okay if you're using push to talk.
But what about now? Like right now?
Now it's like it just sounds like there's a fan in the background. It's fine. It's fine.
Alright, I'm sitting really far away from my laptop right now. I can barely grab onto the mouse.
Well, I mean, be comfortable, man. It doesn't have to be perfect.
It's fine. But as long as now is acceptable, I can still do it.
Yeah. So we see the Phoenix pickup for the Radiant as well. That may very well be their offlaner. I don't think we've seen too much of the support Phoenix. Phoenix really being a pretty strong offlane hero, especially in the pub scene. A lot of people like the Phoenix. A lot of opportunity to make flashy plays. And like we said, this is a 4.9K pub game, so there still is some of that pub mentality of wanting to be the flashy playmaker. So Phoenix, a pretty good hero pickup here.
Yeah, it looks like they will be banning out the Enigma. I'm pretty sure that was the Dire ban. My screen is really small, but I'm trying my best. Yeah, so Dire banned out the Enigma, and I just heard they are going the 2-1-2. So yeah, pretty standard here.
Oh, that's right. This is which team is the you know one of these 5 stacks?
Yeah, the Dire team.
Okay, so secretly we're rooting for the Dire, but we won't tell anyone.
Nah. You see, obviously, if you know a team, you root for the other team.
Ah, yes, okay. Because you want to screw over your friends. That's normal Singaporean Dota for you.
Exactly. Southeast Asian Dota over here. So yeah, the picks and bans are pretty standard for Southeast Asia, except the Enigma, because usually you don't see him banned in Singapore. I guess because not many people actually pick Enigma in captain's mode here. Don't know why, but it's just that.
And we were messing with the microphones. I wonder, do you have any insight on that Sven ban? Is that a hero that's been really tearing it up in Southeast Asia in the pubs?
Not really about the Sven. I think Sven is just a good hero in general. He does have cleave. He can scale well into late game. He has a good stun. He's technically a good ganker too. I have no idea why they banned out the Sven, but maybe they are going something like illusions. But I mean, even if they are going for illusions, the Radiant team did pick up Earthshaker, so
yeah,
And
I feel the same way about Sven. I feel like he's such a strong hero, and the fact that we don't see him more has always been a little a little weird to me. Like, why don't people pick Sven in the pro scene? I guess he is subject to being kited a bit, but I still think that he's a very strong hero. I think he deals a ridiculous amount of physical damage. Any lineup that needs stuns and physical damage, I think Sven is a really great choice. Anti-Mage, another good choice. So it's probably going to be the safe carry Anti-Mage. If I had to guess.
Probably.
And
as you were saying, you don't see Sven enough in pro games. I mean, EG used Sven for a bit, and Arthur got destroyed by Furor. So maybe that's why we no longer see Sven?
Well, yeah, I mean, every hero can be beaten. And I think it's just a matter of, who's going to figure out how to beat it, who's going to figure out what to do. The Anti-Mage being a hero that a lot of people, in pubs may strongly dislike and say, oh, Anti-Mage, looks like we're going to play a 60-minute game. My girlfriend likes to make the joke, she likens Anti-Mage to a girl getting ready to go out to a party, where, the guy says to her, like, oh my god, are you ready yet? Like, oh, just 5 more minutes, I gotta do my hair. And then she does her hair, then it's like, oh, 5 more minutes, I gotta do my makeup. Anti-Mage, you say, like, hey, Anti-Mage, you ready to fight? He's like, oh, no, man, 5 more minutes, I'll have my Battle Fury. And they're like, okay. And 5 minutes later, he's like, oh, 5 more minutes, I'll have my Manta. And it's like, okay. Oh, 5 more minutes, I'll have my Heart. So, maybe not everyone's favorite pub hero. I like him. I think he makes for hype data.
Yeah, absolutely. Take a look at this Radiance here. They have 3 heroes which reach their peak at level 6 immediately. They have really strong ultis compared to the Dire. I mean, the Dire has a Death Ward, but Earthshaker is technically like 6 stuns. So, yeah, and we still have like Static Storm, the Silence, and Glimpse that cancels channeling, Supernova, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, yeah, at the moment, the Radiance seem to be really early to mid-game focused. Whereas the Dire is an anti-mage, so...
Yeah, and I think that that's good. A very greedy support in the Lion. He's going to want his Blink Dagger, but the Disruptor Phoenix Shaker combo going to be very potent early game. If they're smart, they'll probably be buying some smokes, going into the jungle, trying to gank this anti-mage and disrupt his farm, pun not intended, as much as possible. Undying, however, is going to be there to... Oh, yeah, gank-heavy lineup for sure. The Undying is going to be there to try to mitigate that somewhat. It looks like it will be the offlane Undying with the support line and Witch Doctor. Offlane Undying being something that, was very, very popular in the pro scene for a while, and it kind of died out. I think the...
it still is really strong.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's still really strong. Like, at level 4, you can technically kill anyone at all with a Tombstone. And just spamming decay and walking around them with an early Orb of Venom.
Yeah,
but
a good annoying hero for sure. I always
he's really
like
annoying.
To see him in the off lane. He can spam his decay and he can really make a carry's life difficult. You stack. It's kind of similar to Bat Rider. You stack up enough decay and then you hit him once, and it's a massive amount of damage because you've sapped so much strength from them.
Yeah, so because Radiant has a ultra gank lineup, what do you think their last hero will be? I think it's gonna be a mid. Because the Clique should go into the safe lane, I think, unless they go carry Earthshaker, in which they probably need a tankier stunner.
Yeah, they've got a lot of options, really. I think that these 4 heroes are very good at ganking. A couple smokes and they can do a lot of work. They may not even need the smokes because they'll have the Clinks to just run in there invisible, scout out, and then they can come in over the trees. I think if they go for another ganking hero, they're going to be a little scared going into the late game. Obviously they don't want to say, hey, let's take it late game against an anti-mage, but they do want to have some sort of plan to say, okay, if it goes late, here's what we're going to do. We're going to be okay. I would love to see them pick up, you said a mid, I would love to see like a tiny here. I think could be really good.
I think Magnus would be good too.
Yeah, Magnus could be decent. That'll give them that good initiation. They can have the RP on top of the egg.
On top of everything else.
Yeah. RP into an Echo Slam on top of an egg with Disruptor throwing a Static Storm. Yeah, oh, that's
so you can't actually escape. Ouch.
And a Bristleback pickup. Interesting. So that means that this is going to be...
At your service.
Where the hell are they going to lane this? Is that going to be the Bristleback offlane, or is that going to be the Undying offlane?
I don't know, but who's their mid? I'm unsure. Who's going to face this Windranger in the mid lane? Unless it's a King's mid, whichever.
Now, I can speak of my days in, my first days of Dota. I used to play Lion mid, and I would get a fast level 6, and then I'd rotate to the side lanes, and I would finger somebody and kill them.
And then you buy Dagon, right?
We did see mid Bristleback for a while. Yeah, mid
I
Bristleback
guess.
was there, but I just don't know.
Yeah, I mean, if you're facing against the Wind Ranger, who can get a good shackle shot on you, if your back isn't facing her, you probably will die, even if you're a Bristleback. You don't have that much armor compared to someone like Ogre Magi. So yeah.
We are going to see the Bristle going mid. It looks like he picks up the Stout Shield and some Tangos and no Clarity, interestingly enough. I wouldn't be surprised if we see him going mid. Undying, most likely going to go to the offlane. He's got himself a stick. The question is, I think, you said it's going to be 2-1-2, so I guess
Yeah,
that makes
it
a
is
bit
going
more
to be 2-1-2.
sense.
Pause is up. I have no idea why, but at least we have time to intro the players here. I'll do the Radiant team as I struggle to look at their names from this distance. We got F-God on the Disruptor. We got Splash on the Clinks. Who's this? It's gonna be Japs on the Earthshaker. Someone else, Magic's on the Wind Ranger, and who's the Phoenix here? Oh, there was a disconnect. Nice pause there. Right as I reached the Phoenix, who did disconnect. So some random Chinese Asian words on the Phoenix. Alright.
And
Nice.
on the other side of the river, we're going to see Blue Day playing the Bristleback. He's going to be going mid, most likely. We have Ko on the Anti-Mage, going to be farming that safe lane to his little heart's content. We have Nightwing playing the Lion, greedy support, though he does have 2 wards as of now. We have the Undying being played by, I can't see his name under the pause screen, Mirza Imaname. I love anime also, my friend. And lastly,
Nice.
that leaves Meister on the Witch Doctor. Most likely going to be playing the 5 role and let that Lion get his Blink Dagger online.
Nice. Coincidentally, Meister doesn't play support. He's a carry kind of man. He likes to farm till 50 minutes. And when he does play the support, he does go for the core items instead of actually supporting. And that's why we see the Lion actually did purchase 2 wards, because Witch Doctor is a selfish bastard over here.
Well, we'll see how that shakes out for him. I think that Lion is a lot better with the farm than a Witch Doctor is. That instant disable is going to be so useful for them if they're going to be trying to defend this Anti-Mage. So
Yeah,
a little bit
absolutely.
of some harass coming out from Magic, throwing an arrow at Bristleback, who did take his first point in Quills.
Yeah. The horn starts and there's gonna be no contest for the top room. Like, Wind Ranger is not gonna want to face that. The bot room is also gonna be uncontested. Going the way of the Earthshaker. Oh, so we got Carry Shaker? Is this it?
It looks like we might. No, we do see Clinks blocking in the bottom lane, so he's gonna. Maybe Clinks is not blocking. He's just kind of hanging out. And now he's heading to the lane. I don't know. Well, stay tuned, and we'll find out next time on Dragon Ball Z. This mid matchup I'm going to be very interested in because, you know, ranged versus melee is always something that you got to be careful with. Bristleback already up 1 deny, but it's 1 deny to 1 deny. Here we go, folks. We see the Wind Ranger finally creeps back a little bit, trying to get that farm, but she pulls it a little too far into the tower. She will get the last hit, I would imagine.
Yeah. But Bristleback also doing his own job here, pulling back the creeps out of tower range, so really smart here, forcing the mid lane creeps to actually push in further. Really beneficial for him right now as he is melee, as you have said.
Yeah, and melee versus ranged is a tough matchup for the melee hero just because, you know, you have an inherent advantage being a ranged hero. You don't have to go up, you're not going to eat harass just for trying to get CS. Bristleback, though, doing a fantastic job of getting this CS right now. He seems to know this hero inside now, knows him very well. We do see, yeah, nothing going on in the other lanes yet.
Yeah.
Bristleback, yeah, doing a great job. He's got 4 CS of his own to the Wind Rangers 3. So I think that this matchup is going so far so good for him.
Ping's coming up in the bot lane as you say this, but the fissure goes the wrong way by the Tombstone. Very aggressive Tombstone. And it dies just like that. The 125 gold going the way of the Earthshaker. And with that Thunder Strike and that Searing Arrows, first blood. Goodbye, Meister. Gosh. That was a pretty uneventful first blood. He stayed a bit too long. He tanked a lot of harass and yeah, it's really bad. And now it looks like more chasing gonna happen here. Is that fissure? Not yet. No glimpse either. Parodies. Oh, there's the glimpse, but out of range. So, do they still want to chase? Looks like they still want to chase. The fissure blindly misses, and he glimpses back the Undying without a stun. And here's the Bristleback into the fray. Auto attacks coming in. Earthshaker running to the tier 2. Gonna die to the Bristleback before he can suicide to the tower and give less gold to the enemy team. That was pretty fast.
It's good that they got that return kill, but First Blood always going to be the advantage. So F-God takes that First Blood. He's going to have himself a nice fat stack of gold. He'll probably get that Flying Courier in another 30 seconds, maybe pick himself up some boots not too far after, and then let this Shaker get a little farm of his own.
Yeah.
Like you said, the Witch Doctor stayed a little too long. It looked like he knew he wanted to leave, but he wanted to go back and help his team. I just don't think it was the play. He didn't really have anything to offer. But he wound up staying, giving up the First Blood, but then on his respawn, he helped to get the return kill.
Yeah, so down in the mid lane, there's a rotation. Earthshaker coming in, going for the top rune, I'm unsure, or just roaming around. Back to you, Brandon, as you were saying.
Well, we do know that the vision for the Radiant team, they have a low rune ward on the bottom rune, so they can't see across the river, but Bristleback does have this Observer ward. Meanwhile, he gets shackled to a creep. Windranger just throwing some harass his way.
Oh, Bristleback, that's not the play here. Oh, ouch!
Maybe that is the play. Pops the sound.
It was the play, gosh. What was that? That was so unexpected.
He seems to know this hero extremely well. He knew exactly what he could commit to, and he committed to it. And he got the kill. He knew how tanky he was. The Windranger perhaps underestimating that Quill Spray. I didn't see how many stacks she had on her, but it had to be a handful to die to that last passive Quill Spray even. We see some pings coming out bottom lane. The cast goes out and hits Disruptor, but it's not going to go much farther than that.
Yeah, I mean, now that the Undying is actually level 2, and so is the Witch Doctor, they actually have a lot of potential here to get return kills. It could be 2 for 3, and that would still be beneficial for the Dire team over here.
Yeah, because they want to make sure that this Clinkz doesn't get the farm. They've committed 2 heroes, and if they can slow down 3 heroes, that's going to be great for them. But they do need to be careful of this Earthshaker in the trees. That Fissure can be very, very deadly. We see perhaps a mistake. They've got a lot of wards down here and a lot of overlapping vision, but maybe they just want to play this tri-lane really aggressively. We see Earthshaker winding up and juking the Fissure. They don't really want to go just yet. We also see Phoenix rotating into mid. Looks like they may try to go for another rotation on this Bristleback.
I guess, but Phoenix is 1-1-1, so you can't really do that much besides having the Sunray slow. He is level 3, so it's a pretty weak
bottom lane
compared
to... We see a Tombstone being dropped. A Glimpse back behind the Fissure. The Tombstone is up. He doesn't have any spells. Looks like he will go down here. Jukes them in the fog. Trying to get through these trees. Beautiful plays by the Undying. Witch Doctor will get out, and then he's going to TP away. He's going to be totally fine.
And he plays the taunt as he TPs out.
Whew.
What a player.
Yeah, nice jukes. He manages to get away. I think he just got lucky, to be honest, but works out for him. Windranger taking this opportunity to push in mid, get a little damage on the tower. And I think that what started as a Phoenix rotation wound up leading to a whole lot of...
Yeah, and as you said, take a look at the bot lane, because you just missed the kill with the Bristleback coming in with that Arcane rune. Really, really good on Bristleback Quill Spray. And he's taking the stack that the Disruptor actually stacked with that. Look at that mana cost. It's going to be 21 mana cost. He doesn't care that he's spamming Quill Spray. He takes the creep slowly but surely, and that's a big blow for the Clinkz.
Yeah, 21 mana, and not to mention it's what, a 3-second cooldown? Yeah, 3 seconds.
Yeah.
That's great. An Arcane Rune, very helpful for him. I'm going to pin that last engagement on the Phoenix. He rotated mid and really didn't get anything done. And I think that this Observer Ward mid really helped the Bristleback. I'm not sure if he quite saw the Phoenix, but he sort of smelled something was up, and he played defensively enough to not get ganked. And then, you know, bottom lane, they just tried to make the play on an Undying, and it just didn't work out for him. He's not
absolutely. But but in the top lane here, double damage Windrunner, rotating towards Cole here on the Anti-Mage. Can she get a Shackle? Does she want to go in? She's hiding in the trees, waiting for the Anti-Mage who did sell an item. What's coming on the Courier? It's going to be a Perseverance on the Courier, coming towards him right now, and it's going to be a slow but sure wait. No action on the other lanes just yet, so let's just focus on this. And Anti-Mage does smell some things off. He backs off. Windranger missing all of that time. What a big waste. That DD rune too. Big waste there.
Yeah, they're pinging her out. This Observer Ward scouted her. I think he only saw her for just a second, but he's showing his chops as a carry. He knew she was there, and now he's just playing defensively. Now
the mid lane.
Back to mid.
Just to say this, Fissure coming in. On the Windranger getting a nice Shackle shot, but it is level 1 Shackle. So it doesn't care, and the Bristleback goes back in just like he did just now. As you said, he's really familiar with the hero. I've actually never seen him before. Does he want to go ham? He dodges the Enchant Totem. Really nice there. And he still has... There we go with the full-on bottle regen. Shackle Shot misses, Impale on one. This could be the turnaround, but oh, the stun is there. But Lion gets the kill off the Earthshaker. What's next? The Bristleback still surviving the Undying with the TP without mana. Using that wand, it's gonna be one charge. Not enough. Bristleback at 190 HP. Running back in. Phoenix is here. He's level 5. Can't do anything. The cast goes down and Phoenix gets the kill on the Bristleback. But in exchange, Lion kills the Disruptor. 2 for... yeah, it is 2 for 1 at the moment. And commitments could still be happening. The Earthshaker TP's in. And it's gonna be a disengage then.
Clinkz, meanwhile, farming bottom, gets his treads online. I think he's content to farm that. Anti-Mage content to farm top. Bristleback, you know, we're talking about how good he is.
As you say this, the mid lane, ouch, but with no mana, okay, barely enough mana, the Shackle Shot, Power Shot instead, but doesn't get the kill, and Lion turns around, goes head, the Wind Ranger actually running from the Lion, because he can't do anything, and there's the Saki, no mana, but Lion already doesn't have mana, and he gets stuck, pops the Fairy Fire, 2-man Impale with that angle, and here comes the Bristleback to save the day. 1 second, he doesn't have to slow, but because of Warpath, he's definitely going to outrun this Earthshaker. And the Glimpse calls the Lion back into the Phoenix, who does have Supernova. Lion goes down, and the Bristleback goes 1-on-2. He doesn't really care about the Fire Spirits, which actually miss all the while. Those magic wands come into good use, but it won't save you from the stacks of Quill Spray. He goes in next for the Phoenix yet again. The Wind Ranger is here with barely enough mana. 2 stacks of magic wand here. Phoenix actually could die here. Oh.
And Bristleback turning his attention, saying, "I can get you. You
yeah,
better
this
be
Bristleback
careful."
really the MVP for the Dire team.
But I mean, to be fair, he is a Bristleback. And Bristleback is a very early game snowball-oriented hero. He is very tanky early game, and you know, he's just a hero you don't try to fight. And now we see some pings coming out, people saying, "Hey, watch out, here comes the Bristleback." He has picked up the Vitality booster. Looks like he will be going for that Vanguard first.
And that is very beneficial because so far all the damage he's been taking is mostly physical, even though he does have 3 levels in Bristleback.
And when you look at this this Dire team, they have an Undying and a Bristleback. They're very tanky early game. They're going to be totally okay for whatever the Radiant throws at them, and I think that they're going to do a great job of making space for the Anti-Mage, who, by the way, is on pace to get maybe a 12-minute Battle Fury, maybe even less than that. He's doing a great job. He's got his Perseverance and his Claymore up already. I'm sorry, is that the Broadsword? Yeah, Claymore. Broadsword is the green one. Undying with Arcane Boots, perhaps going to transition into a mech, and then some Guardian Greaves. The Clinkz build is the one that I'm really, really curious to see, though.
Really? I mean, it's pretty standard right now, and yeah, it is pretty standard right now.
It's standard to go for the Orchid, and I think that that's going to fit into their lineup of trying to gank this Anti-Mage. But I'm curious if maybe he'll go for something else.
Yeah, just take a look at this rune spot here, the Bristleback. The amount of balls on this Bristleback. He chased in all the way, and he's still chasing. Look at that, with that Vanguard that just came in on the courier. He knows that Earthshaker is there, he knows that the Wind Ranger is there. Wind Ranger with quite a bit of mana. And Bristleback. Oh, and as I said, if you miss a kill on the bot lane, with big commitment there. Wow, the sheer size of the bollocks of this Bristleback really catch my attention.
Yeah, we saw the Finger of Death being spent bottom. There was a Maledict that hit, I would imagine. An Earth Spike, some Dust, a Hex. They're really emptying the tank for that Clinkz, but they got him.
As is, the Disruptor, Death Ward being used. Ouch.
And they commit everything to take those 2 out. I agree with that play. I think that slowing down the Clinkz is going to be really crucial to
Wind Ranger coming in the bot lane, Clinkz TPing in too. But the rest of the Dire team very smart, so smart. Backed off, except the Undying, he's still in range for something. Oh, he gets the heal off, and he's just standing there as more TPs come in. Wind Ranger shows herself, Shackle misses, Clinkz over here, but the cast from the back end, it's a nice stun coming in, Clinkz gets hexed, and here comes the run. Slowly but surely, is there a glimpse? Yes, there is a glimpse. Not being used just yet. Power shot onto 3. Not going to be enough. Tombstone up in 4. Glimpse back on the Lion. Gets a 2-man stun as he dies. Tombstone being popped. And the turnaround is here. Wind Bristleback gets Shackle Shot, but it doesn't really matter because the cast is the bouncing. And there we go. Bristleback chasing down the Wind Runner. The power shot gets the Undying right as she dies. And now pinging out the Earthshaker. 2 Bistro warriors here fighting it out, but within tower range, within Clinkz range, and within this Phoenix having the level 4 Fire Spirits. Oh, Supernova ultra aggressive, but it won't get anything done because Phoenix has no slow other than Sunray.
So all in all, I believe that was a 3 for 1? No, 3 for 2 because the Lion died also. 3 for 2. There's the Battle Fury coming up on the Anti-Mage. I believe it was the Lion and the Undying that died, yeah. Okay, and it was the Witch Doctor went down. I'm sorry, the Wind Ranger went down, and the Clinks went down, and the Disruptor went down. I don't think Shaker died. I don't believe so. Anyway, yes, big commitment. Our first really big clash. I think that this Bristleback showing his chops, like you said, the bollocks on this guy. He was, he was gutsy before, and now he has his Vanguard, and he's gonna feel very safe. He's got 1200 HP with his treads, not even on strength. Looks like we may see a gank top. Clinks scouting out, looking for this.
But I mean, Bristleback did see the Earthshaker pick up that regen, and Lion is over here getting the cross counter stun. And because of that, here we go with the Bristleback going down onto the Earthshaker. But whilst this happens, 4-man kills off the Lion. But is this enough? Where's the commitment coming? Not enough commitment. 1 for 1, but Bristleback going into 3. Oh, the Centaur, the neutral Centaur could have stomped. And if he did, that would be a big play. The Shackle Shot misses, Fire Spirits get launched, Supernova is down, Static Storm not even up. He is level 5, Disruptor is still level 5. And Clink starting to chase out, but is this really the play here? Do you really want to chase down the Bristleback? Well, the Witch Doctor is in a very precarious position here. Casually walking down. It looks like the Clinks doesn't have the size of the balls that the Bristleback does.
And can you blame him? He really doesn't have the same tank ability. He doesn't have his first big item online yet. I did see he is going for the Orchid. He has his first Oblivion Staff coming out now. But we also see, I want to point out, there's 4 heroes sitting top for the Radiant. There's 4 heroes sitting top for the Dire. And now they're
look at that. Yeah, but look at that. There was a big Shackle Shot onto the Bristleback. The cast comes into the stun onto the Phoenix. Figure of that brings the Phoenix down, and Bristleback is still running in. Even look at the HP, 400 HP. He doesn't actually care. Wind Ranger running for a life, gets Mana Void, not enough damage, but it's fine. Look at the chase. Slowly but surely, the Shackle comes out onto Illusion, but that won't save you from Anti-Mage, who blinks up into the wrong spot, honestly. But yeah, this is a really slow chase. It's Blink up yet again. Yes, Blink is up, but Anti-Mage, that is not the way the Wind Ranger is going. You have sight of her from the zombie. I'm not sure what this Anti-Mage is doing, but Lion comes in, gets the Impale, gets the kill, and Clinks is left alone.
Clinks will get out. He didn't go down in that fight, which is good. He got his Oblivion Staff. I don't know what the Anti-Mage was thinking. He was trying to, like, preemptively juke her when she wasn't really juking. Like you said, he had the zombie. I don't know what's he doing. He's not even looking for her. But they do wind up getting her. It was just longer of a chase than it needed to be.
Yeah, maybe the Anti-Mage is just a dedicated farmer, so he doesn't know how to actually chase people.
He wasn't ready for it. We see a cast come out bottom, a little bit of harass, the Maledict being spent. Nothing too major yet. But now the Bristleback.
Yeah, but here comes the biggest balls of the world here. Oh, the tower can actually go down in 1 auto attack if the Bristleback runs in. But the TP in by the Wind Ranger, do they deny the tower?
Yes.
Yes, they do.
I was wondering if they were going to. I was looking at it like, what are they thinking here? They should deny that. Throwing a power shot out, a little bit of harass. So Wind Ranger will show herself bottom. And top, we have Clinks and the Anti-Mage just sort of going up against each other. Oh. Anti-Mage disconnect.
So the Phoenix is building for that mechanism as his first call, but then it's pretty late. It's already 16 minutes in the game. As an off-lane Phoenix, you should have your mech up already, considering that Tranquil Boots are the cheapest boots in the game. But I'm not sure.
He's getting close. He's about 450 gold off of it, so not terrible timing. But yeah, like you said, he was in the off lane. He should have gotten a bit of farm considering he maxed out Fire Spirits, and he had Tranquil Boots, so he should be able to get something out of it. He did go 1-1-1, and we did see him rotating around, and I'm not going to say he failed some ganks, but he went for ganks that didn't wind up panning out. So perhaps understandable that he didn't quite make it.
So Bristleback's next big item is the Sange over here. What do you think about this?
I like Sange on Bristleback. It synergizes with his slow. There's another part of me that wants to say he already has a slow. You don't really need the cripple, but I think that it helps him chase. It helps him tank up. And that's what he does. He chases down one hero, and he is tanky. So I think Sange Good idea. My guess is that would be either the
Evans
SNY
halberd
or the halberd.
No, it
Yeah,
should be. It should be the halberd, considering that there are only 2 targets to use it on: Clinks or Wind Ranger.
Clinks will not want to build a BKB. He's not going to want to deal with that. Although he could just skeleton walk and then try to, wait out the halberd. But the Wind Ranger, that will force her hand to go BKB early, perhaps earlier than she wants to. It looks like she's saving up for a Blink Dagger, which will give her good initiation, give her good escape, good chase, really just everything that she needs. But it will put her in danger of being disabled. So I would like a halberd very much here.
So what is your opinion on Aghanim Scepter on Bristleback?
I think it's very interesting. I haven't seen it used to great effect. The AoE, for those of you who aren't aware, it makes your Viscous Nasal Goo AoE. It'll hit everybody around you within the same range that the goo is to begin with. But the weird thing about it is that you no longer have to target someone, which makes it easier for Bristleback to, if he's casting spells to try to escape, he can now spam his Q as well as his W. I like the Ag Scepter, but I think that if you are going to go Ag Scepter, you're going to need some sort of mana item to keep up with how much mana you're going to be spending with those 2 spells.
I guess. On Reddit yesterday, in one of the hot topics there, we got the standard Bristleback build coming up. It's actually Ether Lens Blade Mail. So what do you think about Ether Lens on Bristleback?
I would rather talk about the Blade Mail, but Ether Lens I can understand. Gives you a longer range on your Viscous Nasal Goo, gives you more damage, gives you more range on your Quill Spray as well. But I've never liked Blade Mail on Bristleback, so follow my logic here. What does Bristleback do? He tanks. He reduces damage with his Bristleback passive. That's what he does. If you go Blade Mail, you are committing to the fact that, oh, wait a minute, glimpsed back by the Disruptor, but he does not fall into a position to be in danger. If you go for a Blade Mail, you're committing to the fact that you are going to return damage to them. If they're hitting you in the back, it's not going to be very much damage. If they're hitting you in the front, you're doing something wrong.
Absolutely.
That's
so
the way
that is a good idea. I mean, Bristleback isn't supposed to be taking that much burst damage unless it's something like, I don't know, Skyrath Mage and Lion and Lina. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. And we're not seeing any of those big bursty heroes from the enemy team. Who's he gonna Blade Mail? An Echo Slam? He's just gonna predict it? I don't know. I'm not crazy about the Blade Mail, at least not this game, but in general, I'm never a fan of it. Ooh, wait a second.
Alright, and in the bot lane, as you say this, Tombstone being dropped there, Phoenix does have Supernova, the cast being bouncy, but not bouncy enough, Disruptor, Radiant waiting, Static Storm is up, Supernova being committed down, it's Undying. Oh, and the Shadow Shot will just go down. Shackle Shot actually misses, Decay going out. Oh, there we go, the cast starts to bounce, auto attacks in. One more auto attack, Static Storm being used, but it won't be enough because the Disruptor doesn't die. He starts TPing out, and there's gonna be no one to stop this TP. Echo Slam on Undying, not gonna be good enough. He has a lot of strength. Shackle Shot misses outright, and Bristleback comes in. Here we go. It's gonna be Undying. Oh, the Undying taunts the Earthshaker because the Bristleback is here, and in the last ditch attempt, he tries to TP out, but gets punched into the ground, just like the dead belong.
He didn't even need the Bristleback. He did that all by himself. I like the taunt, played a little bit of the mind games. The Shackle Shot missing on that Undying was so close. Wind Ranger made the smart play. She threw the Shackle at the Catapult to try to Shackle to the Undying, who was a little bit too far. But a smart play, the right idea, just not quite working out for them. And this Radiant team, they need to be careful. They're slipping farther and farther behind as we take a look at the net worth chart. It's over 10,000 now for the Dire, and the experience sitting at about the same. And bringing up our net worth, we see the Bristleback obviously on top of the charts. Anti-Mage, hot on his heels. Clinks, the next highest, but he's 1,600. I'm sorry, yeah, 1,600 behind the Anti-Mage. Who's going to touch this Bristleback now with his halberd completed?
Yeah, nobody. I mean, it does give you a lot of evasion. Yeah, it is a lot. I mean, even 10% is a lot of evasion if you did pray to RNG this. So, 25%. Gosh. And there are only 2 auto attackers on the team. So, Wind Ranger, Clinks, the rest of them are spell damage, but Bristleback doesn't really care. Yeah, Bristleback doesn't care at all. Blink Dagger out on the Wind Ranger, but is it too late here?
I don't know about lateness. I think it's more about, is that the right item? It's going to give her the positioning, but the problem has not been the positioning. The problem has been that they just can't deal with this Bristleback. I think that they need a Silver Edge. They need some sort of break somewhere to disable that passive.
Yeah, but I mean, they can't even handle the Undying, who does have that Vanguard too, and a point booster.
I suppose. And my guess is we're going to see one of them build that into the Crimson Guard. Bristleback, meanwhile, looking to go in here, throwing out some Quill Sprays. And the whole Dire team is behind him. Oh, they run right into Earthshaker.
Gosh. Yeah, really deep over here in a two-way fight. We got the Bristleback over here going ham on 3 enemy teams, starts to run, uses the Heaven's Halberd, and all the way at the other side, Lion gets a kill off the Earthshaker. Too many things to focus here. Even with the wide screen, you can't actually see everything at all. Bristleback diving the tier 3s to kill off the Wind Ranger. Clinks falling behind here, not gonna show himself. He's really scared, and then the Impale onto the Disruptor is gonna be a 2-hit kill, going away with the Bristleback with that double damage, and Clinks still there, still afraid. The Skeleton Man is afraid.
We also see the Phoenix disconnecting. Maybe that was the initiation they were waiting for, and he was just lagging too much to make it happen. But again, we're seeing that Bristleback being not only the playmaker, but just like the frontline damage dealer, the tank. He's just doing it all for this Dire team. When I first started playing Dota, I used to play, when I played hard carry, I would sometimes feel useless. I would feel like, well, you know, you guys, I don't do anything, you know? And nowadays I realize that that's the good thing. That means that I can just sit there, I can farm, and this Bristleback or whoever it is on your team.
Oh, well, as you say this, in the mid lane here, Undying goes down eventually, but he manages to heal himself at the last moment, turns on the out, Bristleback goes ham onto 3, Tombstone in a very good position, gets many slows, Supernova being put down, but here comes the auto attacks, will be enough. No, it will not, because of that Shackle Shot. The Undying getting even more heals, getting the Decay stacks, Witch Doctor going with the Death Ward, Echo Slam, a great Echo Slam, but is it enough? 2-man stun by the Lion here, Undying still alive, still punching people out, Shackle Shot, the third one now, not getting a good shackle at all. The Tombstone has fallen, but Undying gets the heal, starts TPing out, the Vision intercepts, Sunray being put down, he tries his best. He dies in cast animation, and here we go, Shackle Shot, the Lion falls, 4 for 1. That was not what the Dire team wanted.
Yeah, huge gold swing there. The Bristleback alone was worth 488 gold. I thought he'd be worth a lot more than that, but still a nice chunk of change going the way of the Radiant team. We see overall it was a 4,500 gold swing. Well, I suppose the swing itself was over 5,000 for the Radiant team. Massive experience, massive gold gain. They empty the tank, and they really got what they needed there. That gave them a huge economic stimulus. In a couple minutes, we take a look at that net worth chart, and I'm sure that we'll see it dipping back up towards the Radiant. But meanwhile, this Anti-Mage, Anti-Mage. Clink's picking it out, calling in some backup. He has the Orchid completed. He wants to go for this, but there's just no one in the neighborhood yet.
But Monster was out. If he commits, he's actually going to die. You silence the Anti-Mage. Oh, but Wind Ranger's coming. Oh, he blinks into the trees! No, this is not the play we're looking for! This is 4.9k MMR, man. You're not supposed to be blinking into trees, and that is a wasted commitment by the Wind Ranger.
A really unfortunate play. That's one of those things where he may have just underestimated the range of his Blink Dagger just a little bit. Anti-Mage walks out scot-free, but like you said, he has the Manta now. I don't think that he needs to be too scared of this Clink's gank. You know, everybody pinging out the Anti-Mage, everybody concerned about the Anti-Mage. It looks like he's content. Ooh, we lose the Witch Doctor.
Yeah, but that's pretty standard stuff as we say this. Oh, there we go with the commitment onto the Earthshaker, into the silence, but it's not going to be enough. The glimpse pulls the Anti-Mage back. He tries to blink. It's not going to be enough. Shackle onto the tree. And goodbye, Anti-Mage, unless you manage to blink out in time. No, he melts all the way, being stun locked, and the top Dire tier 1 goes down to the Clinks.
Very important kill there for the Radiant team. They got the Anti-Mage after that 4-man wipe before they you don't want that Bristleback.
Oh dear. Well, there we go. Earthshaker will die eventually. The Sunray not being used to its full extent. I mean, it is level 4, but it's still pretty weak if you have no other stuns to like lock it down. soak up that damage, and especially on the Bristleback because his back was facing the Sunray, so there's a lot of damage reduction.
We now see a late Midas pickup by the Phoenix. I'm not sure if I agree with this, but we'll see how it works out for him. I think that Sunray perhaps was more used to heal the Earthshaker. It, you know, let him survive one more Quill Spray, but that was about it. We have the Bristleback now. Looks like he's transitioning towards a Shiva's Guard, I'd imagine. He will need that item.
Yeah, unless he wants to go for the Assault Cuirass. I mean, it is beneficial for the Anti-Mage if it comes down to that.
Yeah, having more armor will be good. Having that minus armor on the enemy team and having the attack speed slow will all be very helpful. And the Anti-Mage will benefit from all of that. Wait a minute.
Oh, the commitment over down here. Big commitment onto the Bristleback. Yet another kill that they really want. Ouch. The Dire team slipping up here.
Big commitment. A fight recap does not tell the whole story, but they did take down the Bristleback, which I think is very much worth it for them. He's been the one making a ton of space for the Dire team, and now Klink's a little bit more comfortable to run around and look for more ganks.
Yeah, the Undying in the bad spot.
The Undying.
Shackle is not going to hit, but the Klink's going for behind. But Lion is here. Impale misses, and they start to disengage with the Hex coming in. The Lion, that Blink Dagger, really saving the day here, forcing the Klinks to back out. There is a Sunray on this Phoenix. And he actually gets himself stuck in the Ancients yet again. And as I said, there is a cask mounting, but yeah, it's just a casual cask mounting. They're really afraid, sticking next to the sentries that they just put down. There we go, with the Anti-Mage Blink into the lane. This could be big. The Klinks is actually being spotted out with that sentry.
They want to sit under the... see this Undying taunting again. The Dire team wants to sit under these sentry runes, make sure that they know where the Klinks is. They will see that he's not there right now. They don't have an obs down on the bottom rune, so they're not going to see him. And they're going to have to play a little bit scared because they don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, but I mean, still, if the Dire pull this off properly, if like they manage to dodge out the big AoE stuns from Earthshaker and the Static Storm, they could still just rule. Straight off the bat. Take a look at Bristleback. He's so fat. Look at his money. He's holding so much gold.
Yeah, he is. The Anti-Mage has now taken him over on the net worth chart, but he's still way up there, still above the Klinks, and still head and shoulders above Windranger. Undying now, almost taking over the Windranger, so she's going to need to stimulate her farm and make sure that she starts becoming relevant in this game. Looks like she's going for the Ag Scepter, and we'll see if that works out for her. Meanwhile, Dire team looking into Roche. I think we're going to bring up this net worth chart. It's now sitting around 7,000 for the Dire team. We saw those couple of big kills there, a couple of big fights, giving the Radiant a chance. And now the Roshan will be falling, so that next fight will not go the same. It's going to be tough for the Radiant to claw their way back into this game, and it will be not necessarily easy for them, but they're going to do what they got to do.
Yeah.
See if they can make it happen.
Goes the way of the Bristleback, who, looks like I called it right. He is going for that Assault Cuirass.
Good call. Definitely a good call. I thought it would have been the Shivas. I guess the AC, he wants that armor more. They're more concerned about all the physical damage as opposed to the Shiva's Guard or anything like that he needs for mana, so we'll see.
Gosh. Is it me, or are my neighbors playing music? Jesus Christ.
It sounds like they are. Very loud music at that.
Gosh, you know, yeah, just 30 minutes earlier, I could hear people screaming downstairs. And as I say this, in the mid lane, quite a big of a commitment here onto the Bristleback. A bit of stuns, but they know that he has the Aegis, they know he has backup, they don't want to go in. And yeah, there were people screaming downstairs for some reason.
And not for nothing, he also has the Halberd. He has the evasion, he has the damage reduction, he has the Vanguard, and he has the Aegis. So he's not the one you want to go on, but he's the one where if you don't fight him, then you're going to be screwed. He's going to keep building up those Quill Spray stacks. We see a smoke going top. They're looking for the Anti-Mage.
But will they find him? No, looks like they will just give up. They ping him, but they don't engage on him. Whereas in the mid lane here, there's a Feeder coming down, and this is the engage. The Tombstone comes down, catches the Phoenix, and here's the Saki, but it gets broken right there. So really aggressive Tombstone there. Dust being popped, but not enough. The Klinks did not get swallowed by the dust. And mid tier 2 falls with not much of a not much being spent. Only Tombstone Flash Golem, but the cooldown on that is just 50 more seconds.
Yeah, and that top tier 2 going down as well. That's a big economic stimulus package for the Dire team. They're getting ready to push high ground now. I don't think they really need to be scared of much. Again, with the Halberd, with the Plate Mail, with the Vanguard, this Bristleback's so tanky.
Like the Bristleback doesn't even care. Just going ham on the tower. Clinks in the background. There we go. Is that the commitment we have been looking for? Balon to 1. All on the Bristleback. He faces with them with their backs. And the Glimpse pulling it back. They should be there engaged once he revives up. Anti-Mage, aggressive blink in. Bouncer sounds up. Zepboard being used. But the disengage is too fast. The cast being bouncy over here. But just Illusions won't do. Oh, the Mana Void trying his best. Not gonna be enough. And Anti-Mage very precarious position. But looks like Klink is actually disconnected from the game. Because he's AFKing there. Ready he could have gotten a kill. Because Mansa was already being used. And no, the Aegis is still up. So they can still commit. Tombstone is up. Tombstone is up. Oh, the Shackle onto both of the carries. Tombstone into the 4-man Echo Slam, into the full-on silence. The Phoenix in the middle. Gonna press R immediately. No, he dies. Aegis is down, but he comes back up. Anti-Mage falls. Next Lion is still alive. Disruptor dies. That was all of their big outies except Supernova. A buyback comes in. 2 buybacks comes in. But do they have enough to fight this Bristleback and Undying the second time? Speaking of Death is on cooldown. The Tombstone is still up. There we go with a brilliant Shackle down. Lion falls in 3 auto attacks. And there we go with the silence onto the Bristleback into Sunray. There was a weird egg, but it will still catch the Dying. Oh, it actually catches the Bristleback with that glimpse. The sun goes down, chaining the stuns. The Shackle on 2. 1 falls, and next is gonna be the Undying, but he kills the Clicks in return. At least that's something they got. And the Rex too, as the Undying falls. 2 buybacks, 1 Rex, and their carry brings down into the ground for 5.
Huge fight for the Radiant, absolutely huge. They needed that so very badly. If we look at the fight recap, not worth that much gold, but it was sort of a broken up fight. They do wind up taking out all 5 from the Dire. They lose their Rax, well, half a Rax anyway. They lose their tower. But they claimed an Aegis, they claimed a Bristleback that they've been having trouble with the whole game. They managed to kill off the Anti-Mage, so he's not farming. They did what they needed to do. It was a very costly hold, though. I think that they're showing that they can win these fights. They needed that egg sooner. I think what happened was the Phoenix went in, Anti-Mage was there, and burned down all of his mana. He just didn't have the mana to throw the egg.
Yeah, but the Phoenix actually had like 3 auto attacks. He took 3 auto attacks by the Anti-Mage in the face before he ran out of mana, since I was selected on him.
At the end of the day, the egg was something that they need for these fights. They absolutely need it. The Undying and the Echo Slam was huge. Like, as soon as Undying dropped that Tombstone, the Echo Slam came out. Timing probably could have been a little later, let those zombies build up and Echo Slam, but a good Echo Slam to start the fight, and then his team was able to clean up after him.
Yeah, but as the Radiant team get their goal that they need, so did the Dire. With the Sakura's and looks like it will be a BKB out on the Bristleback soon. He does have the Ogre Club, we got Blade Mail up on Undying, and Aghanim Scepter, you had that earlier. Eggs on the Witch Doctor, and Lion with the Glimmer, and Anti-Mage sitting on 3k with that Skull Basher. What do you think he's gonna get? Should it be a BKB or more damage, or maybe Butterfly?
Well, I'm gonna say this is gonna be a dead Bristleback bottom. Oh, maybe not. There's a Lion here to back him up.
Yeah, I mean, Bristleback hasn't even taken that much damage as you say this. So he's going, oh, but that was a big Enchant Totem with that minus armor. But here is Undying here with the cask, big bounty, 2-man bouncers, gets even more bouncers, ouch. And here's Vigo living, yeah, that, what do you call it, that decay, doing his work. The Soul Rip was really low damage. I think that was only like 125 damage with that Soul Rip. Should have used it to heal the Witch Doctor, I think, but overall, no problems. Undying is really still here. He gets that Blade Mail, he gets stunned, he goes in with the Soul Rip, he turns back into a normal zombie instead of a big Flash Golem. No longer the boss he needs. Earthshaker, aggressive blink in. This could be bad, but even worse, it's going for the Clinks there into the Soul. No! The Clinks! He Soul Ripped himself instead of the Clinks. That's not what you want to see.
I think what happened,
back here, waiting for the Awkward Malevolence. I guess.
He cancels the TP!
Oh no! Clinks!
He canceled the TP, he knew he could fight him!
Oh Hammer, that was big plays.
You know, you're talking about the cojones on that bristleback. The cojones on this Undying going man-to-man with a Clinks. He canceled his TP just to right-click him twice. Very gutsy play. Pays off for him. Kills the Clinks. Jeez.
Yeah. So we are... I mean, the Dire is 10 kills ahead, and they still have the goal lead, I'm certain. I mean, look at that Dire. He's fat now. He does have an extra 2k. Gosh.
Anti-Mage goes down mid. He did finish up. He ratted out that top barracks during that fight. And then he gets glimpsed back mid, and he will go down. But I think that the Dire team is comfortable with this. They have a pretty good net worth lead. Who's Lion gonna get out? Yeah, he'll get out. They have a comfortable net worth lead. They're okay giving up, you know, a kill here, a kill there. They don't really want to, but it's not going to be the end of the world for them. The Radiant's still in this game in a big way, but Dire, I don't think, needs to be worried just yet.
Yeah, I mean, we saw the amount of work that Jess, that Eggs on the Witch Doctor did. It bounced to 4 people just because they had vision there. So yeah, that was really good.
Yeah, Witch Doctor, you said he likes to play greedy, and I think it's paying off for him. He got that Egg Scepter online pretty quickly, and in all of these fights, we've seen the Death Ward not necessarily killing off a lot of people, but it forces the scramble by the Radiant team, and they have to reposition themselves before they go in and fight, because, you know, you don't want to stand there and tank a full Death Ward to the face, you know? You want to let it end. Someone needs to stun him up, disengage, and that gives the Dire team the time that they need to set up their team fight. They also have a Tombstone to throw on top of it, so they have a lot of space controlling spells that they can use.
Yeah, so like right now the Radiant team playing very defensively. Clinks with their Mithril Hammer, that should be a BKB soon. Wind Ranger with crit and eggs. I mean, it does do some work, but I don't think it's enough because this Heaven's Harvest has almost been always used on the Wind Ranger.
Yeah, she needs a BKB. She really needs a BKB and an MKB. She's just really far behind considering she was mid. She's now behind the Undying from the Dire team. She's not in a good position. You're also asking about the Anti-Mage. Is he going to go for the full Abyssal, or is he going to go BKB? Looks like he does opt for the Abyssal. I would have liked to see the BKB here. That would let him fight under anything that they're going to throw at him. He can fight a Static Storm. He can fight, you know, he doesn't have to care about Fissure. Doesn't have to care about Shackle. Can purge off the Orchid, which he also has the Manta for. But also these Fire Spirits from the Phoenix is going to be a big deal for him. If he gets hit with that, he's going to have that attack speed slow, and he's going to be in trouble. He can't purge off everything, you know?
I guess so, but looks like in these fights, the biggest... Oh, as I say this in the bottom lane, there was a try... Yeah, there tried to be an engage there, but a Static Storm was forced out for basically nothing at all. An aggressive smoke, or should I say defensive smoke, by the Radiant team as they rotate upwards. What are they trying to find? Are they trying to find the non-existent Anti-Mage?
Yeah, they want him. I don't think they're going to get him, though.
Yeah, BKB out on Bristleback. This could be huge. This is huge because this means he theoretically counters their entire team right now. And oh, the Anti-Mage actually gets spawned out. Oh, Anti-Mage! Anti-Mage. Hanging around too much. He should have left.
Yeah, I think that was a really smart smoke, a very heads-up play by the Dire team. They saw that, you know, there was that engagement, and then that's always a smart time to smoke. You smoke right after you fight so that the other team is not expecting it. They were just barely outside of the range of this Obs ward over here on the Uber Hill. Good positioning, smart timing. They went up, they looked for that Anti-Mage, and the Anti-Mage may be playing a little too cocky for his own good. We also saw some pings out going into Roche for the Dire team. Maybe when they saw that Anti-Mage get smoke ganged, they're now going to say, alright, let's take our Roshan, let's fall back.
Yeah, but Clinks. Clinks is going to actually spot out this Roshan attempt. And Earthshaker, if she wants to come in, he does have the Aghanims and the Blink. Clinks goes in, he sees the Rosh attempt.
But they know he's here. They have this sentry in the Obs up on the hill. They knew he was there. They know he's in the neighborhood. They don't have detection, though, so I'm not sure what they're going to do.
I think they... Yeah, I mean, look at Witch Doctor and Lion. They're in really, really good positions, but Clinks...
They're ready. They have the dust.
Coming out. Yeah, they
and here
are
comes,
very,
here comes
very
the Witch Doctor, or the Lion.
Oh, but the Fissure catches up 2. Oh, the Shackle misses into the Impale. And this is the reversal. But over here, the Kings at the back doing so much work. Benedict Lion falls and Nick Spinstructor running for his life. As this happens, Bristleback goes on for the 1v1 with the Wind Ranger. He gets the kill. But what else? Ouch. Anti-Mage killing off the Klings as revenge for killing the supports. So both damage dealers on the Radiant team are down. They can only bank on this super combo, but looks like they will just back out.
They're totally okay with how that fight went. They lost their Witch Doctor, they lost their Lion, but they're going to get a Roshan, they're going to get an Aegis on their Bristleback. They killed the Wind Ranger, they killed the Klinks, and now, you know, these tier 2s, I'm sorry, these tier 3s and these barracks in big trouble.
Absolutely. So gosh, that Bristleback, when he turned on the BKB, we saw that everyone else just ran. They cannot deal with a BKB Bristleback. He takes so much physical, and now he's taking all of the magical out of this game.
I mean, they couldn't deal with him without the BKB, you know? We saw it took their whole team to take him down, even before he had the BKB. And now that he has it, I don't think he's going to be scared of anyone. He's got evasion, like you said. He doesn't care about physical, he doesn't care about magical, he's got it all.
Yeah, and I mean, they took 3 people to try and get the Undying, who just TP'd and killed the Klings in exchange. Gosh.
Yeah, exactly. So, we're talking all about this Bristleback. Let's not forget about our Undying friend here. He's got the Blade Mail, he's got the Ag Scepter. He's tanky and he does a lot of damage.
Yeah, and his base HP is 2k, so by stealing 5, just 1 decay stack of 5 people, he's gonna be huge.
Absolutely, and even if that decay only hits 1 or 2 people, that's still giving him 200 HP, you know?
Yeah, and he does have the Arcane Rune too, a Shackle onto the Bristleback, but it won't be enough. It can't even do it, they are afraid. They see the rest of the team, Veil on Discord on 1. And this guy, he doesn't care, he's soaking up, letting him face the back, even facing the front. There goes 1 big ulti down, and he's just being healed up.
And he still has the Aegis.
Yeah. This Arcane Rune Undying, healing so much. Tombstone being dropped ultra aggressively. And no engage at all. They're trying to kill the Bristleback. Focus Fire was used into the Glimpse. Still nothing at all, but here we go with the big engage, the finger onto the Wind Ranger who runs for her life. And the disengage is just there, everyone runs off. The Bristleback's BKB is used, fissure down, doesn't catch the Bristleback, hits the Undying. But oh, look at that decay, 2 stacks of decay and he's 2.4k, that's a 200 HP up. Glimpse onto the Lion, who does fall right then and there, but Bristleback trying to go in, Anti-Mage jumps in, gets stunned, Supernova being used into the Mana Void, getting the kill, but the Witch Doctor with the Caskings, there is no stun! There's still no stun, look at that Supernova being brought down, but eventually he falls due to the combined efforts of the Wind Ranger and the Disruptor. A buyback coming in by the Klings here. Still invis. They don't care. Bristleback still has the Aegis. He still has the Aegis. Look. He doesn't care. He still has the Aegis. Anti-Mage is now slowly walking there with that BKB. TP is coming out. Undying flees home. Glimpse being used onto the Bristleback. That's gonna be 1 dead Bristleback after 10 million years. After 10 million years, he goes down. And Anti-Mage here, sending his multi-illusions up, but the chase is real. Anti-Mage, Anti-Mage! BKB is up! What is he gonna do? Walking around, trying to chase the thing, gets the Abyssal, dies to the Klings! That's not the game! This is not what you want to do! Anti-Mage, that Mohawk that he has, is getting to his head. This is not Mad Max Fury Road, you can't just do what you want.
Well, man, careful with the product placement. They gotta pay us if we're gonna plug their movie.
Shh. Movie's already over, man. No longer shown in cinemas, boys.
Not the play from the Anti-Mage. He sort of just looked lost. He popped the BKB and then just sort of ran around there for a minute, not doing much. The raid boss Bristleback went down, but they had to spend everything to take him down. And in the meantime,
the Klings
we did see that those bottom barracks went down. Bottom barracks are dead. Top barracks dead. Middle barracks are going to be next. You know, it's only going to take 1 or 2 more engagements like that, and this game's going to be over for the Radiant team.
Yeah, and Bristleback with the Basher now. Really going to bash their head in with that spiked mace of his. Gosh.
Yeah, man, the Basher is in.
Yeah, the Basher is in, and there is a Yem we see this Yam, Chinese gold farming lion here, grabbing onto the Yam. Very good sustenance during this late game stage. It does provide you with a lot of, I mean, it solves a lot of your hunger problems, you see.
Yes, absolutely. He's a hungry man. He's going to find that skeleton and munch up on those bones.
Yeah, bones are good in calcium, which Lion is obviously lacking. He does have a few extra teeth. Actually make that a lot of extra teeth on his chest, so he got to get that calcium somewhere, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. You know, everybody drink your milk, kids. That's the bottom line here. If you learn one thing from this cast, let it be that you should drink your milk. Don't end up looking like Lion.
Let's see.
Not a handsome
talisman. Man. Talisman of evasion on Undying. Nice.
And I'm curious what he's going to do with that. I wonder if he's maybe going to build that into the Solar Crest. It is a bit late, and I don't think that they would want to go for more evasion. They're just going to further incentivize MKBs on the Wind Ranger, on the Clinks, who...
But considering that... considering that neither of them have even older Undying taunting in lane, walking around, the Wind Ranger pings him out, and so did the Disruptor, and they're scared of the zombie. Michael Jackson's ghost in the fray here.
We see a Crimson Guard picked up on the Phoenix. I'm not sure how recent that was, but that's going to help with the Tombstone a little bit. But, jeez, I don't know what they're going to do against this.
Yeah, as I say this, Shackle on the Bristleback. Yeah, Crimson Guard, not that good so late in the game. I mean, zombies now are just to give vision and to get the slow, not so much the damage. Oh, as I say, it's anti-mage. Take a look at that. Going in for the Phoenix. The pistol came down. And what was wasted? Only focus fire. But with that Aghanim Scepter, it's not going to be enough. The cask, ultra long range missile, homing missile cask goes in. And as that happens, mid is being sieged here.
More importantly, we see the BKB being popped on the anti-mage. He's not going to have that for this fight.
I guess, but it doesn't really matter. Oh, the Bristleback being hit by the fissure. This could be a big shackle. A big shackle. But the BKB is being popped and the Undying is silenced in. But the Bristleback doesn't care. He goes ham, kills off the Disrupt. Echo Slam on so many, but it's not enough. The Clinks wants to go down next to Egg on the other corner. Zeb Ward being used to its full extent. 2 down, Earthshaker buys back. No Echo Slam up. Clinks is dead. The damage cut down by half. We see the Wind Ranger killing off the Lion, the Shackle onto the Illusions. Not what they want here. Anti-Mage goes in with the aggressive Lincoln. Courier fetching out that Gem of True Sight. Very hungry Courier, that is. The cast going in. Mega Creeps comes down. And this is GG. They do not have the damage. And they do not have the stuns anymore.
Yeah, taking a look at the buyback status, the only one who had it going into that fight was the Phoenix. I think that that was a fight that they were going to lose from the start. They really had no chance. It would have taken a miracle to win that fight. And now, you know, there's some more engagements going on here, but this game's over. They have Mega Creeps. The Radiant just doesn't have the wave clear that they'll need to take care of Mega Creeps, and now their agent's already at half health.
Yeah, this is GG already. I mean, just look at that. They can't do anything at all. More buybacks, but it is pretty futile. If the anti-mage would just hit the ancient instead of running away, we could end the game right now, anti-mage. Stop farming the creeps. You're letting Undying die. Mana Void on something that's useless. Alright then, Guardian Greaves coming up. Soul Rip even more. And Wind Ranger falls right then and there. And there we go, finally, anti-mage wants to come in and hit the ancient.
What a game. Oh boy, that Dire draft, I really like it. They had so much aggression early to make space for that anti-mage, and it really worked out for them. That Bristleback did absolute work mid. That just shows how much knowing your hero can do for you. You know, he was very intimately familiar. He never overextended. Whoa, we're already kicked out of the lobby. But he knew what he could do. He knew what he could get away with, and I really respect it. I appreciate the way that he went in when he knew he could go in. He backed off when he knew he should back off, and he was ridiculously strong through the mid game.
Yeah, absolutely. Even in the early game, because he just didn't die in lane, and pretty sure he won the lane against the ranged hero, and the Phoenix came in, tried to get a gank, but Bristleback just wasn't there. It was really smart, Bristleback. I think he should be an Intel hero for being so smart.
I like it. I would approve. Ice Frog, please make Bristleback an int hero. Finally, it's time. He's too smart.
Too
What
smart.
did you think of the anti-mage? He didn't go BKB at all until very, very late. It worked out for him, but I just felt like he needed it earlier.
I guess anti-mage in that game was more of like a distraction. He was there. He had a significant impact in pushing the towers, but in team fights, he was just, a big target painted on him that soaked up the damage coming out from Klings, so that the Bristleback and Undying could kill off the rest of the hero.
But to be fair, that's kind of what they had to do. If they didn't, then the anti-mage would have wound up being really fat. I think that by the end of the game, they were okay with the Bristleback. They weren't doing a great job, but if they got the jump on him, they could still handle it. And now, then the anti-mage never really came online. He was getting the tower damage. He wasn't this like big team fight monster that was just shredding the entire enemy team. But he did. I think he did what he had to do.
I guess so. I mean, we saw that he couldn't even kill the Phoenix. So, yeah, I guess at least he tried his best.
To be fair, he did blink in and spend a mana void on a full mana Phoenix at the beginning of that last fight. So
yeah, and
he knew
so
it was over. He just kind of did it anyway.
I guess. Well, that was a pretty good game, I guess.
Yeah, I found it exciting. I liked it. And guys, remember to tune in every Monday at noon Eastern, midnight Singaporean time. We will every Monday be casting some games for you. We're going to throw this up on YouTube. Feel free to follow me on Twitter. I am at BinaryBrandon, or on Twitch. I am also BinaryBrandon. YJ, you are saying you're going to start streaming soon.
Yes, I am going to start streaming, and if everything works out, it should be great. I will be covering the Manila Majors and whatever comes before that. So
that's great. So
hopefully.
you guys will be seeing more of us. So stay tuned, and we will see you next time.